Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video, and we talk about a newly shown item from Hot Toys, and this is our first teaser for what's to be shown at San Diego Comic-Con this year from Hot Toys. This is incredibly surprising, and surprisingly angering to myself, and I think a lot of the people who are fans of this character. But let's get into this. So the teaser is for the wing, obviously, of Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm a big Vulture fan from Spider-Man Homecoming. I love Spider-Man villains. Really enjoyed Michael Keaton's Vulture. Always disappointed that we didn't get much merchandise for him. Was really excited when they showed the 1/6 scale version of it last Comic-Con, but was really disappointed by the fact that they just never put it up on pre-order. They keep showing it, so you never know, they might eventually sell it, but it's been so long at this point, I don't know how much of a chance that there is. So I am just absolutely shocked that they're showing this. I don't even understand what the point is. But this is what's being called a 1/4 scale Vulture. The only way that we know that is in the hashtags for the Hot Toys posts. They have quarter scale in there. So, I mean, unless that's like a mistake, because when I first saw this, I was like, why are they teasing something that they already showed? But it makes more sense if this is supposed to be like a 1/4 scale figure. What doesn't make any sense at all is that the wings on Vulture are huge. They really take up a lot of room. I think that's one of the main reasons that we didn't get the 1/6 scale figure, because it would have been very pricey, it would have been very, space consuming, and therefore I don't think that they thought that it was worth it to produce. That there wouldn't be enough people who would purchase it, which I don't understand. I don't understand why they make so many prototypes and not sell them. Like, they should do the risk evaluations before they start making the product. And if it's something that they don't think that they're going to be able to return their profit on, or return their investment on with profit, then they shouldn't put it into production, But they keep just making things that they never sell, which is getting so annoying, to be honest. And as a fan of villains, because I'm a huge villains fan, the ones that don't get made are typically the villains. So they always give me hope with Crossbones, Yellow Jacket, Rhino, Vulture, and then they just never sell them, which is just aggravating. So why would they double down on this if they're not going to sell the 1/6 scale figure? Because the 1/4 is even a worse idea. Because there hasn't even been a 1/4 scale Spider-Man figure yet. So who on earth wants to buy this? You'd have to just be a big fan of Vulture alone, like just Vulture, because the thing's going to be huge now. The 1/6 scale version would have been huge. The 1/4 scale version is going to take up like a whole room, practically. It's just, I don't understand who this is meant for, because there's obviously not anybody that's just a huge Spider-Man fan that wants to pose their 1/4 scale Spider-Man with this Vulture, because they haven't made one. Now, I did see one person question if this is maybe a misdirect by Hot Toys, and that they're not actually selling a 1/4 scale Vulture, and that this is like a piece of the base for a 1/4 scale Spider-Man figure, which that makes a lot more sense. But there's two issues that I find with that. First of all, in their post when they showed this, they quote the Vulture in the post. The world's changing, it's time we change too. And then it says now's the chance to prove that you're stronger than the heroes. So they're doubling down on the fact that this is a Vulture figure, and not a Spider-Man figure. Not to mention, if it was a part of his base, typically it would be like a damaged wing. And this wing looks like it's in perfect condition. There's no damage on it. So it really seems to be that this is going to be a 1/4 scale Vulture figure and not a Spider-Man figure. But it just doesn't make any sense. Again, I don't know who would buy this thing, unless they're doing this just to show at the event, but the film's been out for over 2 years. So it's too late to make an item just for promotion, because the movie's way gone. So I don't really know what Hot Toys is thinking at all. If you haven't seen the 1/6 scale version, here it is. I really this is the type of stuff that really pisses me off with Hot Toys. Just because they're a stupid company when it comes to certain things. I don't know how they. I don't know, they do so much unnecessary crap that they could really turn in extra profit if they didn't do this type of stuff, and it would also make the fans happier. So I don't understand why they dick around so much. It's so annoying. But yeah, hopefully, because they're like going double down on Vulture. Hopefully, this means that there's some hope that they'll do the 1/6 scale version, like that they'll actually release this thing. I can't imagine that they're actually going to release the 1/4 scale because, again, I would think that the 1/4 scale has like less than half of the audience that the 1/6 scale would have. Not to mention, it would just be so much more expensive and so much harder to produce and ship that I don't understand what the logic is with Hot Toys. Yeah, I don't get it. They're so stupid, especially since they're so late on the game too. Like Vulture hasn't, his movie came out 2 years ago, and they're like making just promotional items for him right now. I don't know what the hell they're thinking. But considering they're going so far into Vulture, maybe this is a good sign that they're gonna do Mysterio. I think that I'm almost 100% sure that they're gonna show Mysterio. Whether that guy is even put on pre-order, I have no idea. I don't see why he wouldn't. He's a more normal size figure, and I think that he's a character that people really enjoyed in this new movie. So I would certainly hope we get a Mysterio figure. I really hope that the 1/6 scale Vulture gets put on pre-order one day. And this 1/4 scale Vulture, I think, is a complete waste of Hot Toys' time as well as our time. So I'm not a fan of this, and yeah, it just pisses me off even more. It's almost like just like throwing it in your face that you're never gonna get a Vulture figure by showing more Vulture figures. I don't know. So yeah, I'm a little annoyed at this point. I hope some of their other teases make more sense, are freaking logical, and are a little cooler than this. But yeah, there you go. That's my thoughts on this tease from Hot Toys for what they're going to show at San Diego Comic-Con this year. Let me know what you guys think of this tease and what you think it means for the future of just Vulture figures from them, as well as what the hell they're thinking. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and let me know what you guys think.